Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Untitled Tarot. Now this is a reading for the full moon in a Sagittarius / lunar eclipse for June the 5th, and this is a general reading that's looking at the interplay of energies that are around each sign. The way that they are embodied in my reading is the top row is seen as the archontic masks of the gods, those things that are trying to keep us separated from our divine self, and the bottom row of my cards are the actual gods, those beings who are trying to lift us up and reconnect us with the divine. Now, being 15 degrees of Sagittarius, so it's a midpoint degree, so right smack bang in the middle of the sign of the guru. So I think there might be quite a lot of, there's been an emphasis on a lot of the astrological movements recently, aspects I should say, about seeking out truth and personal truth. And the full moon in Sagittarius probably leaves us a little bit of a trap that we can be very, very assured in our truth. Now, I'm not going to discuss the astrology too much because I've already posted on the Facebook group, link down below in the description, at least 2 videos about this full moon. The first 2, Razalila Healing and Ksenia Moore. I recommend watching both of those. They can explain aspects of this full moon far better than I can. Now, this is a bulk introduction. There'll be a timestamp down below as well, so that you can watch more than one. And I recommend that you watch more than one. You want to watch your sun sign, obviously, but your rising sign as well, especially if you know what house Sagittarius is in for from your rising sign. And your moon doesn't go amiss, certainly not with a full moon reading. So 15 degrees Sagittarius. Now, this full moon is a penumbral lunar eclipse, which means the Earth's shadow just slightly touches the edge of it, but it is nevertheless an eclipse, and therefore will have an effect at least a week beforehand and a week after is what I've heard to start off with, because it does get superseded by an upcoming solar eclipse. But eclipses effects can be a long time, and full moon eclipses or lunar eclipses are very much about bringing things to an ending and completion of things, but they are also abrupt changes. You can't necessarily always know how an eclipse is going to manifest apart from change. Change is definite. Now, this eclipse forms a T-square to Mars and Neptune in Pisces. Mars is confused in Pisces at the moment. It's coming up to its conjunction with Neptune, where it gets a chance of being doused by the massive ocean that Neptune is. But it also, to me, represents action regarding your dreams and action regarding spirituality if you don't allow your Martian flame to be doused. Now, the T-square to Mars, and less so to Neptune, but still including, basically it's a very challenging aspect, but it does give a potential for success. Now, what I'm even more interested in is the fact that this is less than 1 degree off from the galactic center. So the day after these videos are released, I should be releasing my lunar galactic downloads, where we've got the galactic center download energy coming through the moon, but under the power of a full moon. This lines up immediately with the Great Attractor, which is a force out in the universe which is pulling multiple galaxies after it, including our own. It's been observed, as in seen that the galaxies are being pulled, but it's not been observed in and of itself, so it's indicating that it's very, very, very far away. But to be demonstrating an effect over multiple galaxies indicates, well, quite a lot of power. And of course, every time that we conjunct with the galactic center, the Great Attractor is right behind it. So it may be that just as the moon translates the galactic center energy, the galactic center may well be translating the energy of this Great Attractor, whatever it is. Now I'm going to read, I think I'm going to read the inside degree. What really got me was the Omega symbol, and I found a document with all the Omega symbols on them. I have yet to find out what the Omega symbols are, but it is a magician's wand sprouting golden leaves. What we set into motion now, as long as it is an attempt to exert our power, exhibit our power in a positive way, I would add, then that will bring some harvest to us. It may not bring the full harvest. You know, this wand might be sprouting golden leaves from it, but you wanted to grow an entire forest. So, you know, it's depends what scale you're wanting to work on. But if you wanted golden leaves, then you've got them. Now I'm going to read out from Inside Degrees Sagittarius 16, because 15 degrees something is the 16th degree of Sagittarius. So it's a man sharing sheep, practical fortitude and resiliency to keep finding a way to do it, to keep discovering how to get through the deepest quandaries, the greatest karmic traps. Ingenious and resourceful, paying attention to the cues, going to get it right. You're involved within a path which requires discipleship or apprenticeship, learning the ropes, building up fresh capacity in this lifetime to scale the heights. But you remain preoccupied and absorbed within honest tasks. A pervasive conviction grows and forms of how it really is. You're willing to take every step to reach a far goal and attentive to what is really there. A throwback to the old ways of a rural past, oddly comfortable in adopting forms and moving through phases and taking on the worlds. The journeyman knows the ways of the journey and gathers Earth's wisdom in small bundles, knowing how to be there when it counts. So that packs a lot into it, especially considering the state of the world, the state of the economy, the state of America at the moment. And there was one other degree, the Azoth symbol, which was thoughts being exchanged by many people over great distances. So there is that wonderful sense of community, which is reinforced by that inside degree that I read out to start off with. Now, housekeeping, like I said, there's the Facebook group down below, page, sorry. But the important thing is that page has an inbox. So if you're wanting to approach me for a personal reading, feel free. That's one of the ways you can do it. There's also a Twitter down below. I would very much like if you would comment and give me feedback on the reading. I've been doing these Full Moon Gods at Play readings for a while, so I'll be interested to see what you actually think of them and what you think of the spread and the how it's all put together. And also I try and respond to all of the comments. Thank you very much for everyone who's commented so far, and everybody who has subscribed. I'm a young channel, I'm 8 months old, I think. I'm 8 months old now. And every subscriber helps. Your next reading obviously will be that Lunar Galactic download. This month I am still to do my starseed guidance. I've done, new thing, I've done Chinese zodiac readings this month as well. So I've done the 12 Western signs and the 12 Chinese signs, so that's well worth a look. Mars conjunct Neptune later on in the month, and the second Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, this time with Jupiter in retrograde. I'm not even sure if Pluto might be in retrograde. Yeah, it is. So both of those in retrograde this time, so that's towards the end of the month. I think that's everything. Now, as I said, you can ask a question before this reading. It's not really a spread that is designed to provide you with an answer like some of my other spreads are, but you can ask a question if you want. Take a moment, think about all the questions around you. You've heard me say this before. Pick one of them, focus on it. Be aware of all of them, because the cards will answer what they want. Right, that's it. So let me bring up the cards. Okay, Taurus, there's a curious assortment of archontic gods facing you, some of them make sense and some of them take a little bit of thinking about. We have Pandora with hope, Set with chaos, Nematona with secrecy, the spirit of Pegasus with nature, Ixchel with release, and Athene. Now, Aries got Athene with strategy being opposed to them. So maybe there's a similar sort of thing going on here, which would figure with the state of the world. On your side, or true gods that are trying to lift you up, we have Pontus, the unknown, Garuda with travel. I'll explain that one later. Hinanui with trust, the Graces with festivities, Gaia with creation and Kali with fear, and Demeter again. This card came up for Aries and another Demeter as well. So that nurturing influence is very, very strong this month with this full moon, which is interesting when considering the astrology. I think you'll need to look at someone like Anastasia, Cosmic Astrologer, to find out what the asteroid goddesses are doing. Because they're doing something, but I can't remember what. But I think it might well be Ceres that is involved in this full moon. So that would explain Demeter turning up all the time. Ceres being her her Roman name, of course. So it's almost like I'm seeing that you will be offered some form of hope, but it's false hope. It's false hope that within the chaos that we all know is going on in the world anyway. You know, whether there is personal chaos on your doorstep, there is chaos globally. So we'll have to see whether that's a personal chaos that Set comes to bring to you. It's also Set gives the idea of dissecting things, separating things. Look what he did to his brother. And Nematona with secrecy, there's things that you don't know that are going on, or you are being put into a position where you are keeping a secret and it's not good for you, especially with this being opposed by Hinanui Tapo with trust. It's almost like, yeah, you may have a secret all to yourself, but maybe there's someone you can trust to share it with. But it does seem like the world is demanding a sacrifice from you, that there's something that you have to give up. And I don't think that that is necessarily true. We've got Pegasus here with nature, so it's that indication that it feels like the world is against you, but Pegasus is a steed that needs taming. Well, that's probably not fair, actually, because Pegasus is a lot more than that. But you certainly have to build that relationship with him. But here, he is an Archontic God mask opposing you. So it is that spirit of the world seems to be turning against you in some way, shape or form, or working against you. And it's very bright in the way that it's doing it. However, that all sounds really dark and miserable, doesn't it? So, 1, Pontus with the unknown. There is something unexpected coming, which is a really good thing. Now, Garuda, here is nature, but Garuda is known for his loyalty. He's known for devoting himself to, who is it is it Lord Shiva that rides Garuda? I'll have to look that one up. I can't remember. But there is loyalty and trust here that is standing to support you. So it looks like now is a good time to rely upon your friends, rely upon those people that you trust and love, and rely upon those people that are trying to bring you knowledge, because that's another thing that the Graces were for, and fun, because this is a time for you to create. This is a time for you to face your fears. So if you are scared of some sacrifice that somebody is demanding that you make, it's up to you. If you made the sacrifice, is it that much of a sacrifice? Is it, I mean, it may well be time, it may well be time for you to say, all right, you want that? Here, have it. I don't want it anymore. I don't need it anymore. It's dragging me down. Take it. So give them their sacrifice, but take the victory out of their hands. Right, there's definitely that travel thing features again, because Pontus with the unknown has got the Six of Swords. So that rather makes me think that something is coming in from a distant place, something is coming in from a better place, or you are being drawn to a better place. But you may well be torn, especially if you're still under travel restrictions at the moment. You may well be torn by this choice, but confide in those that you trust and you will gain clarity. And look at this: Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Strength. So going to a better place causes you some stress because, oh my God, how am I going to do this? So this may well be something to do with waiting until travel restrictions are lifted, or trying to find your way around travel restrictions, or just something, interaction with something that is distant. But that in and of itself, it causes some stress, but it also offers a rebirth. Kali here, you have someone who can help you through this with Garuda, with his travel and loyalty. And nines for me frequently symbolize rebirth. I think someone was saying on one video I watched, 9 is a master number. Well, they were saying pretty much, I don't know whether it's a master number or not. I'm not that well versed in astrology, numerology, sorry. That's how well versed in numerology I am. But 9 is very much a number of rebirth. And Kali here is telling you to face your fears, because what Kali brings in this deck, she's saying face your fears. You know, all will be well. Face your fears, get over it, because you can do this. But in general, Kali brings change, and her and Gaia together are being clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. There's good things coming. So even if it seems like the world is not being nice to you or behaving for you, this is clarified by the Six of Cups. This is the old world is not being nice to you and is not behaving. So if you've got to release something, let it go, you know, but take the victory out of their hands. You think this is a sacrifice? No, it's a gift. You have it. I don't need it. Whatever it is, you're probably better off without it, although this person really thinks they've scored a victory. But you do have to be careful to... How do I put that into words? Athene with the High Priestess, but as working against you, there is more insight being leveled against you than what you are necessarily aware of, which means that explains why secrecy and being defensive about something can lead to a downfall. If you trust and give clarity, Hinanui with the Ace of Swords here, then you're going to be safe, and you take the weapons out of their hands, whoever they might be. You know, whether this is a work setting, a political setting, within the home setting, however, if you did ask a question, however your question may manifest. But you have got strength to gain a good harvest out of this. You are being protected and provided for if you take all the invitations. So don't keep the secrets. be open, face your fears, and you're going to be fine. And if whoever is standing against you or is trying to suppress you, I think that's whoever is oppressing you wants a sacrifice from you. Let them have it, because depending on what it is, I mean, obviously a lot of judgment here, but let them have it, because it's no loss for you. They just think it is. And you can steal that victory from them, because it's almost like you hand it to them and then go, ha ha, not bothered. Now, I can't put that as a title of the video because I have no idea how to spell that Bart Simpson laugh. So, finally, we have restitution with Rochelle, the angel Rochelle. And funnily enough, it's opposing the Carabia with fines and unfair costs, which makes me think about the sacrifice that was asked from you and what we was talking about, travel restrictions. By revealing the secret or refusing to keep a secret, you know, it might not be your secret. It might be that you are being pulled in to keep someone else's secret, and you should turn around and go, no, I'm not doing it, because it will come round and bite me on the backside. But that restitution, through all of this, through that clarity and openness and through that sense of trust, you are setting something right. Finally, the angel energy over all this reading, we have the angel of harmony. I live in harmony when I am at one with the source. Now, Set here will not want you to have harmony, but there will be discord amongst your friends. And however much you hope to put some control over the situation, it's a false hope. It's not going to happen. There's too much going on and there's too much unknown coming in. So I haven't got one of my oracle decks out where there's that go with the flow card, or, you know, all of its various analogues. But basically, I think that's what the angel of harmony is saying. Go with the flow here. Just make sure that you are trusting and recognizing loyalty. All right, if this means anything to you, Taurus, comment down below, and see you on the full moon. Cheers.